love it. And whichever company does sponsor us, even a little, it really makes a difference, and we feel like we'll be taking them with us on our journey. Please help us, we need sponsors.
I'm sure we can all see that that's a very vibrant young team that is excited and should be going where they need to be going. Well, the spotlight is up next, but right after we visit the marketplace. Well, Emmanuel Moses says that boxers need proper exposure in order to make it abroad. We have this interview by him, so please do enjoy.
Okay, so we're joined by local boxing promoter and trainer Emmanuel Ace Moses. For a lot of people who don't know you, Ace, you used to train boxers at the MTC Nesta Sunshine Boxing Academy. And then from there you went on and opened your own boxing academy, which of course is Ace Boxing. Just tell us briefly, you have been with Sunshine, you moved and rather started your own thing. How was it that side? And how are you doing right now?
I know everything go well. So actually I started boxing in Lutherans. Then I moved to Windhoek. So I want to thank my Lutherans people for backing me up when I was in Lutherans. Special Karas boxing team. That's the people I used to work with, and I came to Windhoek for the national championship as a Karas team manager, and then I started living in Windhoek with my brother in Shalibala. So it was good, you know. So like I said before, I'm very pleased. I'm very happy. So and I'm humble, and I'm very lucky to come from the house where boxing was the #1 sport that's supported by our parents, grandfathers, grandmothers, and all. So and then Hitman of course started boxing, and then he was successful as an amateur, then professional. When I moved to Windhoek, because we were staying in the same house, I used to accompany Hitman at the gym. So then I started training at Nesta's gym with Hitman and with other boxers in the gym, the Rambo and Tindi by that time, Taz and Shona by that time. And of course, I was always in between gyms. So I used to train with Nampol as well, because Nampol have more amateurs at Sunshine. There were too many professional. And you see, me coming up, I was too young to train them. So, and I was more active when I went to Nampol. Then I improved more from Nampol because there's amateur boxers. Then I come back to Nesta's gym, then I can do a lot of things. So working with Nesta, it was a good experience. So we work like a big brother and younger brother. And of course, we know when we grow, everybody wants to do something, and it can only benefit the country at the end of the day. So the move might not be good to him, but to me it was a success, to the boxers that are now in my wings. And of course now we have two big stables in Namibia that can challenge each other. And sport is all about competition. Healthy one is perfect.
Yeah. Now, talking about AC promotion, how are you getting boxers into your gym?
Most of the fighters, they actually just believe in my hard work because I'm a go-getter. I don't really wait for nobody, and I'm that person that cannot be discouraged by somebody. Just you can't instill your fear in me. My confidence is on another level. So that's why everything I've been doing, you can see me going to the state on my own from 2012, 2013, 2015 consistently. And consistency is the key when you want to be successful. So I took that path because I already have the background as a national coach. I have a background of a national, a trainer of professional fighters. I work with 3 world champions that I train myself as well. And of course, with that experience, all I needed was just an extra education, exposure. Go out there, meet different boxing trainers, meet promoters, meet the sanction bodies, bosses, get to know how do they promote boxing, how do they match fighters, how do they approach, So I started going to convention. My first convention was in 2015 when I went to Orlando, Florida. And I actually took a long trip to the state, started from Las Vegas, stayed there for a month working with Mayweather Senior. And that's where I got the AC name. And then from there I went to the convention, attended the convention in Orlando, Florida. Took a trip to Miami. It was also part of my holiday experience and just learning new things. And I remember on our way, the Uber driver from the hotel where we were staying, it was the time when Donald Trump was campaigning. And I think by that time Obama was the president. So he was telling me the background of the Democrats and the Republicans. And so it was just more interesting. I learned a lot. So that's why even when it's come to politics, I know what is happening. So me learning from that, when I came back, I actually started with my own academy. So then I started with my young nephew, Special One. Of course, Desert Storm. And Indongo joined me. And Nambunda joined me. Kapita joined me. Force joined me, and other new boxers, Mosquitoes, then we have Ngashea. So I was just having amateurs and those veteran boxers. So I was helping them now getting fight overseas. And they start earning and making good money because sometimes opportunity comes, especially when you're at that level, because in professional, when you are aging, those other fighters, they also need you to groom their upcoming. So if you still have it, you can win some, you lose some. But at the end of the day, boxing professional is business. So that encourage a lot of fighters to join my gym because most of the time they see what I do. They follow my page, AC Boxing page. They see what we post, how we train kids, how we mentor them, how we educate them inside and outside boxing. And the most important thing to me, I was focusing more on telling people life after boxing because you need to plan your future before it's too early. Just like I planned mine when I was a coach. Otherwise, you might remain a coach forever. And then the time you wake up, you start seeing things different. You aged already.
Yeah.
And nobody will listen to you at that time.
Okay. Now, the young group of boxers that we have in Namibia at the moment, do you think that they have what it takes to compete internationally? I know with a lot of guys, they do very well locally and then they do very well in Africa. But then when they reach the States, first round, these guys knocked down.
Yeah,
what are we doing wrong?
Number one, we have to make sure that America is where boxing is made. And then financially, they support it very well. And that's why you see when there is money, there will be more competition. And they go for the best fighters. Africa, we actually support our fighters with moral. We don't really fund them correctly. And I feel like we have a lot of good talents here. They just need proper funding, need proper training, and proper exposure. And then exposure comes when you can maybe take your fighters for a trip, maybe to the state, visit different gyms, spar with professional top guys, higher level fighters, where you go in sparring and then you feel like you are just studying boxing. So because some people just need to be awakened, and also exposure play a major key because the mindset of a fighter can make them to be the winner. Sometimes you go there, you think you are poor here in Namibia, but when you go to America, you see how those other people live. They live 5 in one house, small house. You live in a large house here. But it's just that the business level of boxing in America is different. And their skill set, and they start young, and they really take it very, very serious. Here we have a lot of responsibility. You have to go to work, you have to do this, you have to do that. In America, when the guy is a boxer, they stick on that until they become successful. I think we just need to work on that a little bit, and also with promoters in the country and gyms, they need to work together in terms of sparring, you see, because now people they have a lot of egos.
Yeah.
And the ego kills the fighters. It doesn't benefit the fighter, it kills the fighters. Because a fighter from AC, if he can spar with a fighter from Sunshine, the result will be better. But if a fighter from AC is just sparring the AC boxer, you are used to this, there's no competition, you need to challenge. And those are the things that people don't understand. And the fighters themselves, they don't understand the importance of choosing sparring partners. Because you are the one stepping in the ring. Sometimes you fight a guy that you know, he doesn't even bring anything to the table similar to your opponent you are going to fight. You're just going to be ready, fit, but skill-wise, you are going to be outboxed.
Yeah. Now, speaking about egos, Ace, your fighter, Flame Nangolo, has been calling out Nati Kakololo for the 14th of October. He's going to headline that fight, of course. Now, would you say that your fighter has ego if he's calling out a senior, seasoned guy like Kakololo, or is it just business?
No, it's actually business as usual. And I think Special One believes in himself. He started boxing at the age of 8, and his skills tells. He already fought, experienced fighters when he was like 17. You see, he fought Abraham Ndabo when he was 17. So, and he make him look like he never boxed before. He fought Shinuna, he fought Dodana, the previous fight. Dodana shared the ring with Desert Storm and Loki. So that is, sometimes you don't really say, maybe it's just that the people are not used to things when they face them. You see, this is just a normal thing in boxing for somebody to call someone out. And when the person is young, it's even better because the advantage is on you in youth. So for a Special One to call out Kakoloro is because they are in the same weight class, because in the ranking, Flame Special One is ranked higher than Kakoloro in the world and in Namibia. Experience, of course, Kakoloro had because he came before Special One. And of course, the two can fight, and I don't see anything wrong with that, because I saw Kakoloro fought the previous guy that he drew with. You see, that was after he fought in the UK. Now, you went to the UK, you came back and drew with a local guy who is even not number 3 or number 4, he's probably somewhere at number 10 in the ranking, because we only have 13 boxers in Namibia in that same weight class. So I think sometimes it's just a matter of people to understand the sport and don't take it personal. I love Kakoloro. I like him as a person. He's a very good guy, good father. I even support his daughter that is single. So I think to him, he just need to take it as a normal call out. It's not something to disrespect him. And of course, Special One is a professional fighter, and there can only be one man in one weight class. And the two have to compete. And I actually sent them an offer. So I make an official offers because we didn't want to have these things as a social media. Maybe people thought Special One was using Kakoloro to boost his name. No, there's nothing like that. He really want to fight him. And if Kakoloro think it's an easy work for him, take the challenge. We send a reasonable offer for a local fight. It's not a matter of who can afford who. We are not buying him. We offer the fights for him, and the fight will benefit him if he win. Okay. If he win, he will be ranked better.
Okay. Now, we always speak a lot about sponsorship and how some of the corporates are not coming through to put money on the table for talented boxers, not only boxers, but Paralympic athletes, footballers, and that type of thing. Now, if you look at the likes of MTC, MTC has their hand in most of the sports codes in the country. Would you say that their support when it comes to boxing is one-sided? And for you're a businessman, of course, also. What does it take for a corporate like MTC to say, all right, I'm going to put a little bit of money in Ace Boxing Academy?
I think, especially this year, we are now going to the year end. I think this is going to be the last year, I think, for their contract to come to an end. Of course, probably to be renewed. To me, I don't really think it's one-sided. I just think the money is enough for all of us. You understand? Because when you invest like 15 million and you have like 4 promoters, you can give each 2 million per annum, 2 million or 1.5. We even just need a 1.5. I think a 1.5 can make us do a lot of fights. If you look, now you have to look at numbers, you see. Now you look at the stables that have a budget of 7.5 million, and you look at the stables that don't have any budget. But we do the same number of fights, same quality levels, So we did 2 fights a year. they did 2 fights a year. So now, when you look at that, let's come to a point where you say, I think we need to split this money so that we can have really competition, so that everybody can pick up their fist. Because
how do you find the perfect time? Is it in what we create? Or is perfection a form of art? Can we taste the perfect time? Move to it. Feel it. Or is it best enjoyed together? The perfect time is out there. Come with us to find it. Vintage Draft. Perfect time. Perfect beer.
Well, the Springboks have confirmed that midfielder Lukayo has replaced Makazole Mapimpi in the squad for the rest of the Rugby World Cup. Well, Mapimpi was ruled out of a tournament on Monday when it was confirmed he had fractured eye socket and would need to return home to South Africa. While it wasn't immediately clear, the World Cup confirmed that would replace his Shark teammate in the squad after initially missing out because of injury. Was injured in the preseason World Cup warm-up game against Argentina, and both he and Andre Pollard missed out on the initial squad because of their injuries. Pollard replaced hooker Malcolm Marx and played in the 49-18 victory over Tonga in the Springboks' last pool phase. Well, international news is up next, so please do stay tuned.
Win a double trolley dash in our birthday promo while saving on these. 10 kg top score for $112.99. 2-liter original Coca-Cola for only $18.99. 1.5 kg real good mixed chicken for just $64.99. 750-gram Nola mayonnaise at $28.99. And 700ml all gold tomato sauce, also only $28.99. See the details of our incredible double trolley dash competition at vurmanbrock.com.
Well, like I said in the beginning of this show, the Champions League is back, and today is Tuesday, which means we look forward to some Champions League games. With that being said, let's take a look at the fixtures that we will be having on today in the Champions League. starting off at the early kickoff, 6:45. That means we'll see Union taking on Sporting Braga. Salzburg will be taking on Real Sociedad, while Bayern Munich will be taking on Copenhagen. Manchester United will be looking to get back to winning ways as they host Galatasaray. Arsenal travel to Lens. PSV take on Sevilla, and in the big one, we will see Napoli facing Real Madrid and Inter taking on Benfica. Well, for Naples, it means Naples suffered a 4.2 magnitude earthquake on Monday, just hours before Real Madrid's visit to the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium in the second round of the Champions League. So hopefully that will not have an effect on the match, but hopefully you guys will be watching the Champions League tonight. As for me, Brian Munango, and the Sports Rap team, that's all that we do have for you on the show today, and it is goodbye.